I'm Laura Upshall. I am the partner and head of real estate residential property in the Thames Valley office, and I'm joined today by David Rhodes, who is from Stowhill Estates. David and I have worked on a few deals together, and today is about talking about those deals and what went right and the communication between us that helped the deal go through smoothly. I think one of the biggest problems that we see in transactions is often the expectation of how quickly the transaction is going to go ahead. And quite often our clients see their own position, and they may see their vendor's position and they may see their purchaser's position, but then anything outside of there they don't see or they don't fully appreciate, and that's where our conversations and our communication needs to be really clear and concise, because even though you are up and running and you've got all of your ducks in a row, that doesn't mean to say that the first-time buyer at the bottom has got all their ducks in a row. And I think that is one thing that does often get misconstrued along the way. I don't know how you feel about that.
I think one of the things that the sellers underestimate is getting everything in place properly. I think it's very easy just to think, we'll deal with that when we come to it, or we don't worry about it, it's not a big issue. Every box has to be ticked, everything has to be in place at the very start, or at least in the process, because these things do take a long time. And if it's a deed of variation, or it's making sure you've got the right certification for particular parts of the property, I think you can really underestimate how long that takes and how important those things are. They're not just going to get brushed under the carpet, particularly, if you're selling, the buying solicitor is going to make sure that you have the right information in place, the right certification in place. And you really, the sellers do underestimate how much work that is and how long it can take.
Yeah, and what I generally say to my clients at that very first conversation I have with them, I use that lovely saying, it's short-term pain for long-term gain, which I think they're appreciative of. So, yeah, put the work in at the start and then we'll have a nice, smooth transaction. But you're quite right. So I think what's important for me is that any clients that come my way, and I'm very, appreciative of any recommendations that come my way, is the fact that they've already received the high level of service that they will continue to receive with me, and the communication that they've had prior to coming to me. And I know that is very much the case with you, and I know the hard work you put in. So that is appreciated, because by the time they come to me, and I do my Teams call and we go on land registry and all of those lovely things, they're quite often, if they're dealing with you, they're often quite knowledgeable about what they need to do and what they need to get in place before selling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think communication throughout the whole process is really, really important, and it's great to be working with you and knowing that they're going to be in good hands, really. So right from the very start, we set up a WhatsApp group with our sellers, and so constant, updates. As soon as the viewing's been done, we'll drop them a voice note to let them know how that's gone, and then follow up later on with the buyers. Even sometimes just saying there's no news, that's the perfect, that's all they need. If people aren't hearing back from you, then it's, it can lead to real frustrations. And so, even to say there's nothing to tell you, is something to tell them effectively. We're really, really put a high priority on communicating with our clients, and then it's fantastic to be able to continue, and pass that across to you guys, because all of our clients have been blown away by how open and how communicative you are, and it's a lovely service to continue.
I think what's also important is that to make sure that our clients realise that even though we've completed, the keys have been handed over, and effectively legal completion has taken place, that isn't necessarily it. There can be pickles that come along after completion, as we know. And it's important to make sure that our clients still feel listened to, and they can still pick up the phone if there is an issue there. It's never mind all the hard work you've done during the transaction, that shouldn't just stop because completion has taken place, and that's important. And I think our clients are appreciative of that service, and I know obviously yours are too. to make sure that anything that may, as I say, may crop up after completion, bits left at the house which may not be there, or removal companies are, turning up late, or those kind of things. We're there to support our clients, as we would want if we were stuck in a removal van waiting to get into our property and it's pouring with rain. So
absolutely, you've owned that relationship for 6 months or more, and yes, I think it's really important to continue that. Just because the everything's been signed and completed, that ultimately you're friends with those people, and you owe that respect, and to continue that relationship and help them through any other sticky patches.
Yeah,